So up until this point with prepping the neck blank, I've done everything I was just doing earlier on the Stratocaster, just, you know, edging boards and sizing things, that sort of thing. So edging, I mean, you know, running them through the joiner. So I've got my two pieces of veneer cut. I have a center strip of maple, and then my outer pieces are mahogany. And that gives me plenty. I'm trying not to move my camera, so it gives me plenty of width for my neck. Also not too concerned about, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not tapering them. I have done tapered center cores, but this is such a narrow center core that I don't really think that's necessary. I don't think it would add anything per se. So I'm just going that route. So that's what that will look like glued up. The maple against the black against the mahogany. And I ripped the mahogany out of a 2-inch thick, this direction, 2-inch thick, to 2 1/4, and I stood it up. And so my grain orientation on the end of this blank is basically slightly angled, just a little off of quarter sawn. Not really. I wouldn't even go as far as to say rift sawn, just slightly off a quarter sawn, maybe a 20-degree angle. And those are opposites of each other, and that will stabilize that nicely. Not to mention the quarter sawn piece of maple right in the middle of it. So I was looking for my roller handle for my other weenie rollers, and I ran across this thing and just, you know, buck somewhere. Hoping this is firm enough to actually push glue around, but we'll see. All right, now we got it. Okie dokie. Don't tell me I glued the wrong edge. What a meathead. Crap. All right, well, that I can deal with. Just got to get glue on here. All right then, and double check the other end to make sure the grains. Well, I'm gonna clean this up and then put a couple more clamps on it, but meanwhile, call that good. We just gotta unclamp the thing and then clean it up. I'm gonna just hightail it over to the bandsaw, the little one, and just whisk that off of there. And the same thing on this end, just so I don't have stuff in the way. So I'll push this through the joiner, get it relatively flattened out, which is just stupid. I'm going to flatten it out. It's not going to be relative. It's just going to be flat. And then I will put it through the thickness sander, and that will make two flat sides that are parallel. And then I can go, I don't really need to square off the edges. I don't use the edges to run my truss rod slots or anything like that. I will just strike a center line. Everything will come from that. So once I have flat top and bottom, I can lay out my thicknesses, my peg head angles, all that kind of stuff. I've been trying to find bridges and tuners and all kinds of things for this base, and they have not been easy to find. I want black, so I found a set of black tuners I like, but I haven't found a bridge that is suitable. All the bridges I'm finding are for flat top style, so I need to locate I'm vacillating between the 3-point Gibson kind of stock bridge that they have available, so that I can adjust it on an arch top. We're gonna go mill this, and that might be it for now. This is about the only bit of drawing or a plan per se that you'll see me get into here, and it's because I'm building a neck that I haven't built before, and I've got some specifics that I want to meet. The bridge string width, and then the width at the body of the end of the neck, the heel of the neck, and the nut, which is at 1.5 inches. So basically what I'm going to do is draw that out. I'm going to draw it out in marker so that it's visible in the camera, and I'll redraw it for myself more accurately with pencil, so that I can actually see fine line drawing and know that I'm being accurate. I'm just going to use the big black marker just to make it visible. And so just explaining that briefly, and then let's get into it. I laid it all out. Said if you want to make sure you're having some accuracy, tape your rule down. I will also be laying that out on the actual fretboard. Okay, so I've got that laid out. I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and take the rule off of here. I've also decided, let me see while I'm at it. Oh, when the battery went out, I was saying I'll just leave X amount for a headstock and then design something just on here, because I don't need to haul all of this around. As far as the template is concerned, though, I'm just going to whack it off at about 8 inches approximately. That's plenty. I'm going to do a 2 and 2. I'm not going to do 4 on a row, 4 on a side. 2 and 2 tip back style. I decided that I could join the body at the 18th fret and have the neck, just part of the neck, go under the pickup there to add the extra. So I have at least 3 inches of glue. But I may or may not, just looking at this, because I know the base bodies are bigger, so they're heavier. So, neck dive balance could be an issue here. So I may, for whatever reason, I'm going to get to a point here. I'm going to go ahead and make my neck blank up this way, because that's what it has to be for the length, for the width, all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean that I have to join it to the body at the 18th fret. I could go to the 16th fret, for instance. And that would give me less length and less likelihood of having neck dive. I could even go farther than that. All that really does to me is make me push my pickup farther back, because obviously the pickup can't start until the end of the fretboard. All right, so it appears that I did the intro, and then I either didn't turn the camera back on or didn't turn it on right. So what I did was I laid out some paper. I laid this template that I made the other day, and I'm just gonna I made a mark right here at the end of it so I could line it up again if it need be. I also mentioned that I'm doing this in marker Sharpie, even though this isn't as accurate as I would normally do it. I'm gonna redo it with a sharp pencil so that there isn't the possibility of screwing up because of the fat lines. So what I did was I laid this out, I laid this down. I measured from the nut on here, the end of the fretboard, and I measured to the scale length, okay, 30.5 in this case. And I basically got rid of this because I don't want to draw on this until I know exactly what I want to end up with. I did put a center line here because it's critical to have a center line through everything, always in guitar building. The bridge I ordered has a 2-inch string spacing from the E to the G, the 2 outside strings, and so that's what these Sharpie marks represent. On this end, I marked it at 1.5 inches. That's the nut width. That's not my string lay. This is the 2 inches is where the strings will be. So I'm gonna just come in. So being I'm a guitar player and I normally use about 1/8 of an inch in. Let's just figure about 3/16, maybe just a little farther. This end isn't super critical because it's going to be what it is, and that's established at 1.5 inches. But this end, the neck, if you just look at a standard neck heel width, you're looking at about 2.5 inches. But that's at the heel, of the neck, which is back here. Actually, the end of my, for right now, is that? Yeah, even that's not. This is the end of the fretboard, so I need to get a mark on that as well. So we're going to call it right. We're going to call it right there. That's the end of the actual neck. Now I have the fretboard, I said you have the neck longer because it's going to go into the pickup. But the fretboard, and that's the part we're concerned with, stops right there. And I'm not using a Sharpie. I will when I figure it out though. So 1 3/8 inches for the fretboard difference there. So here's the end of the fretboard, right there. There's our scale length. There's our nut. So now what we're going to do, and I do have a nice long ruler here, longer than my straight edge. So this is going to tell me where my strings are on. Okay. I'll just do that with marker as well. I'm only doing it right here at the end of the fretboard because that's really all I need to know about right now. And so the string width right at the end of the fretboard is going to be, like I said earlier, this is in Sharpie, so I'll be doing it in pencil so I get a good read on this. It looks like it's a fuzz under 1 7/8 inches. Not quite under enough to be 1 13 inches, so we're just call it 1.7 inches. I'd rather overshoot at this point. So 1.7 inches. Okay. I'm just going to figure big at this point, so if I add 1/4 to either side of that for the edge of my fretboard, that's going to be 2 3/8. So I've shaved 1/2 inch off of my neck width at the heel by going with a narrower bridge. I like that. Right where the neck joins the body on the 3/3/5 6 string is 2 3/16. That's very, very standard. So right now we're only 3/16 of an inch wider than the standard guitar. That's what I'll be shooting for. I'm going to refine this with pencil, and I'm going to get my my string spacer jig out and all that kind of stuff, and relay it out, you know, with a sharp pencil, and get tighter dimensions before I lay out my template and make any cuts. But just so you understand what the thought process is behind figuring this out,